Welcome to the Regional Interview Program podcast. We wanted to be sure to touch base with you prior to regionals since we are not on site with you the way we are for OCI. If you are listening to this recording, you presumably have already decided to participate in the Regional Interview Program and understand the value of your interviewing in the various cities. Your participation in these screening interviews demonstrates a commitment to and interest in a particular geographic location. It provides access to employers that are not coming on campus, and it gives you a head start on the recruiting process. It will also help you for your OCI interviews because you will have had some interview practice. The purpose of this call is since we are not on site during regionals the way we are for OCI, we wanted to raise and answer some common questions. This is important. Any questions during regionals, we are available. Our office is open 9 to 5 Eastern Standard Time, and we will monitor the AllCPP email account through the end of West Coast interviews. However, if you run into trouble, please email AllCPP unless you get a person live when calling the office. Questions during regionals are often very time sensitive. Do not email an individual counselor without copying AllCPP in case that individual is out that day or in a long meeting, etc. Let's turn to networking through regionals. For those of you who have had the regional bid list reviewed, you may already know some of this information, so please bear with me if this is redundant. If you already have an interview with the firm, you should reach out to Rising 3Ls who worked at the firms where you are interviewing. This list is on the OCI recruiting website. You can also reach out to Penn Law alumni. This will help you increase your knowledge of the firm, it demonstrates your interest, and the alum you speak to may be your interviewer on campus or during the regional program. Please refer to the list of alumni who have told us they specifically welcome hearing from students participating in the regional interview program as a place to get started. You will likely receive this in early to mid-July. If you have not received an interview with the firm you are interested in, you should reach out to that firm and tell them that you remain interested, that you bid on them, but you did not receive an interview. See if you can be added to their schedule. This is best if you contact the recruiting department directly. You can again reach out to Penn Law alumni and express an interest. You can send your materials directly into the firm, and if you're successful, then do the 2 networking pieces above. So if you do get an interview then, reach out to Rising 3Ls and Penn Law alumni. If you are not interviewing at regionals but want to work in a city where we have a regional program, you should supplement your interviewing experience, especially if you're passionate about working in a specific city. This is one of the most important takeaways from this recording. The first step is to send your materials to the recruiting department immediately and let them know you will be in town and would love the opportunity to interview. Check the spreadsheets on our law firm job search webpage for suggestions of where to apply. Step 2, reach out to Penn Law alumni. Typically, it's in the reverse order, but you want to try to schedule as early as possible since you have a specific date you are in town. And this is great there are many firms in some of these cities that you're interested in who are not participating in our programs, but since you're going to be there, it would be great to get interviews with them if possible. 2 other key things. Be sure to check Simplicity for resume collections. Check our website for the deadline this year. If you interview through regionals or direct mail, a firm can decline to see you again at OCI. However, if you send in materials and they pass without an interview, you are still free to see them at OCI and have no conflict by bidding on them again. If you have any questions about this, please just call our office. Let's turn to some day of logistics. Before you go on your interviews, you should map out where you are going and how long it will take. We have maps on our website. You should bring your updated resume, for example, if you've just been accepted to a journal, and you should bring this on resume paper. Any other requested documents must be brought to the interview. Bring multiple copies of everything just in case, but make sure it is organized like in a binder. You will want to send thank you notes, and this is a little bit different from OCI. Thank you notes should be sent within 24 hours. You can get business cards to help you remember your interviewers' names. Maybe take notes between different firm interviews so that you have fresh ideas of what to write in your thank you note. Again, email all-CPP with any questions. Do not leave a voicemail or email only to one counselor. How to prepare for your interviews. Obviously, if you've spoken to some 3Ls or some alumni, that will help you prepare. You should also come up with good questions. You should be ready for why this firm, why this city, where else are you interviewing, questions about your grades, and you can explain that Penn Law does not rank if asked. Be sure to highlight what skills you have and how you can bring value to the firm, rather than why you want to work there. Ask our office if you have any mock interview feedback that you did not receive. You should look professional, obviously wear a suit. If you're wondering if you should get a haircut, you probably should get one. You should also be prepared for behavioral interviewing. This is when firms ask about past experience to indicate future behavior. Tell us about yourself versus give us an example of a time when you excelled in a team environment. And you could review many sample interview questions online on our website. Callbacks. Callbacks are typically about fit rather than qualifications. It varies from firm to firm, especially in regards to scheduling. It can happen right away, or it may happen after OCI. If you're lucky and you get an early offer, the 28-day rule means that the clock starts from the beginning of OCI. So, for example, you have 28 days from the first day of OCI to make a decision on that early offer. For callbacks, firms will typically pay for your travel. You can schedule callbacks during flyback week, but it might be easier for you if you do some of them before OCI starts so that you do not have any conflicts. All the important upcoming dates to be aware of are on our recruiting website. If the deadline to update your resume for regionals has passed, just be sure to bring an updated version with you. Take a look at when OCI preliminary schedules are released, when the open cancellation period is, when final schedules are released, and then make sure you're aware of when all the interviews are. And again, if you have any questions, we are here all summer. Please be sure to reach out.